Bonjour! Mabuhay! This is Dinah, and welcome to the second season of Positively Pinoys podcast. These podcasts are story narratives of inspiring Filipinos back home and abroad. These are Pinoy stories about their life's passions, their struggles, their hardships, and their successes that are truly inspiring and we can all learn from. I hope that this podcast brings you hope, a smile on your face, an aha moment, a good laugh, a moment of reflection, a feeling that you can relate with, and something to aspire that truly make us positively Pinoys. So, tara na! Magchikahan tayo! This is the second part of my interview with Betsie May, an award-winning financial advisor with one of the biggest insurance company in the Philippines. We talked more about the importance of investing and saving your money, not later in life, but today. You can still listen or download the first part of this interview on any podcast avenue such as iTunes or Spotify. Salamat!
There's also one, I'll just share with you. May isa akong professor sa school dati. So, panay ako post kasi sa Facebook na insurance. Sabi niya, pag pumunta ka nga dito sa school, sabi niya, pag bumisita ka sa Cavite, puntahan mo ako, kukuha ako niyan. So, pinuntahan ko siya. So, nagkwento lang siya sa akin. Alam mo ba, sabi niya, kasi panay ako travel eh. Sabi niya, ang inaalala ko, pag namatay ako doon, kunyari nag-travel ako sa ganyan, namatay ako. Sabi niya, di ba merong isang, parang may mag-asawa, I don't know if you've heard about it, may mag-asawa kasi na namatay, parang nag-honeymoon sila abroad, right?
In Maldives, I think.
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then the problem was, di ba namatay sila?
No? They were both OFWs.
I'm not sure.
Okay. Anyway.
Namatay sila doon, and then I think the family asked for financial help from the government for their remains to be brought back to the Philippines. So that professor of mine learned about that story, and she said, naku, nakakaya kasi kung ako, magta-travel ako, namatay ako doon, di ba? Tapos manghihingi ako sa gobyerno ng pera para dalhin yung bangkay ko. So parang, travel ako ng travel, ibig sabihin may pera ako, tapos panghihingi ako pag namatay ako para, yung parang ganun yung sa kanya, yung thinking niya.
Yes.
And that also made me realize something na, oo nga, tama nga, di ba? Kasi parang, ikaw nga, mahilig ka mag-travel, and then something happened to you, and for sure, malamang walang insurance yun, no? Kawawa, walang insurance. So, ano yung gagawin ng relative? Siyempre, manghihingi ng pera, hihingi ng tulong sa gobyerno natin para lang maibalik yung bangkay. So, pero kung may insurance ka kasi, yun na yung gagastos eh. Kasi may insurance ka, at least may 1 million ka na death benefit. So, if you-claim ng family mo, may pera ka, kahit mangutang ka sa kamag-anak mo, mababayaran mo because the dead people or those people had insurance when they were, alive. Parang ganon.
May I just add to that? Yes. May I just add to that? Kasi, di ba, a lot of millennials now are into traveling, yung para, for Instagram's sake, for posting for your Facebook, yung ganon. Well, mga millennials, the most important thing before you travel is you need to secure yourself a travel insurance. Kasi nga, as sabi ni Betsie May, things can happen to you and you don't want the government to pay for your body. Kung mamamatay ka doon, oh my God. So, talagang before you click your ticket, take that travel insurance. Usually, it comes with your airline. It comes with your airline. Travel insurance with your airline will help you get something when there's delayed flights or, all these things that come into cancellations. So if you
or even accidents,
if you click the travel insurance, you know for sure that you'll be in peaceful spirit to explore and travel in these places kasi nga you're insured. Okay, so that's the most important thing, millennials. Okay, hindi lang picture for Instagram's sake, hindi lang for your Facebook. But also you need to really realize na it's really important for your safety and for the dangerous things that could happen while you're traveling. So travel insured. Okay. So, back to you.
Tama.
And then,
Ang isa
so anong
ko,
sabi
may
ni
isa akong
Professor?
client. May isa akong client naman. Actually, katulong ko siya dati, Dines. So, ang background niya is separated siya. And then, meron siyang 3 anak. Yung 3 anak niya, I think yung eldest niya was only 9 years old at the time. So, sabi ko sa kanya, kinausap ko siya. Sabi ko, meron kami minimum 1,000 per month. So, this comes with investment and may insurance ka na. So, ginawan ko siya ng quotation. So, sabi ko, ito, kung kukuha ka nito, like 70%, sabi ko, kami na magbabayad ng asawa ko. And then the 30%, sa'yo manggagaling. Huwag mong uubusin lahat ng sweldo mo kasi ganun din siya eh. Siyempre, ubus lahat sa anak, sa nanay niya kasi nanay niya nag-aalaga sa mga anak niya. So sabi ko, at least iisipin mo na kahit inubos mo yung sweldo mo doon, alam mo na may 30% or like 300 pesos goes to your savings na doon sa life insurance mo. So, if ever something happens to you, mag-critical illness ka, you get around 200,000 pesos. May pampagamot ka na kahit papano. If in the event of death naman ka ako, your kids get 800,000. So sabi ko, I think, di ba? I mean, mas okay na yan kesa sa wala. 800,000 may not be enough, no? But I mean, better than nothing, right? So sabi ko, isipin mo lagi, kung hindi ka man pinanganak na mayaman, at least kako, pag namatay ka, yung mga anak mo hindi maghihirap.
True.
So, yeah. So, talagang, naintindihan niya yung paliwanag ko. And umalis siya sa akin. Siguro more than mga 2 years yata siya sa akin nag-stay. And then, nag-abroad na siya ngayon. So, pero ang nakakatuwa, kino-continue niya yung insurance niya sa akin. Kasi, ang maganda doon, kasi naipaliwanag sa kanya. So, yun. Yes. So, panay-panay pa rin yung padala niya para nga doon sa payment niya.
Yeah, I think it really boils down to awareness, as we talked earlier. Awareness and educating ourselves when it comes to saving. And also, this is the reason why I interviewed you.
Yeah. And again, if I may go back, katulong yan. Magkano lang ang sweldo niyan, Dines? But still, she was able to put a portion of that into life insurance. So what more tayo, di ba? Na kumikita ka ng magkano? 30,000, 20,000, 50,000, 100 kada buwan. How much more, di ba? Na hindi mo ba ma-afford yun? 1,000, 1,500 a month. So talagang kaya naman.
Oo. Kung kaya, may paraan.
Kung gugustuhin. Tama.
Kung gugustuhin mo, may paraan. Yun talaga.
Tama.
Yeah. Any other stories? So again, like, regardless of your job, regardless how much you earn, kung gusto mo talaga, hahanapan mo talaga ng paraan. Yes? Again, like, I couldn't emphasize it more na Filipinos, it's really the time to save. Kasi diba, it's so easy to be distracted of all these material things around us, when especially the rise of social media, the rise of influencers online, like the people in the entertainment world in the Philippines can easily, upload their pictures, their material things and all those stuff. So of course, like, it's human nature to be jealous, it's human nature to also crave for such things na sana ganun din ako, meron din ako ganito. I mean, you're entitled to that, you're very much entitled on how and where do you spend your money. But the thing is that just like what's happening now in our world, you need to save something for a crisis. You need something for health reasons. You need to save something for your family just in case something bad happened to you. You need to save something if God knows if you'll be ill for a long time or bedridden or whatever sickness will you get. So it's really important to also find a balance when it comes to your wants and your needs.
True.
Yes, because again, it boils down to our awareness and our education when it comes to money, when it comes to saving, and most importantly, to discipline. So for me, I as an OFW now, I have a life insurance. I became an OFW at the age of 24. So, when you're young and
I know.
You're young and then all of a sudden
and you earn a lot.
You're earning a lot of money. Parang it was kind of overwhelming. True. But the thing is that I'm thankful that I have an elder sister who's, advising me, telling me this stuff and also like every year we have a goal, like we have either like a travel goal or like something like for the family, so it's really important also to be surrounded by people who are, again, like financially conscious or good advisors when it comes to your finances. So yeah, so I have my life insurance. I'm also into bond stocks. How do you call that?
Bonds and stocks, yeah.
Bonds and stocks. And when it comes to bonds and stocks, it's also different, but more or less the same. So mostly life insurance. I've also bonds in the stock market.
Yes, life
So
insurance.
explain that to us. Explain that to us.
Okay. So for life insurance, again, ngayon, we have life insurance. Before kasi, ang bad, quote-unquote, what do you call this? Bad vibe or bad notion about insurance is that if only you die, your family will get something. So it's just like that. But now, life insurance has, again, investment component. And it also has, you could put some like hospital income, like whenever you get admitted in a hospital, you get like an income, call it hospital income. So daily, 5,000 for example, per day, you get that. So may investment component siya. This investment or the investment component, of course, it is invested in stocks or bonds. So that depends on the appetite of the client. So for example, if you're a risk taker, if you're a high risk investor, your money may be put in stocks, so equity. So pwede siyang growth fund. Growth fund would be equity first. Equity is 100% stocks. So higher risk, higher din yung return kung mag-okay siya, higher din yung or malaki din yung bagsak or lugi mo kung malulugi naman yung stocks. So meron din tayong growth.
Sorry. Yeah. When it comes to equity, if you're investing into equity, it means that you're very knowledgeable about stock markets. It would mean
not necessarily.
Okay.
Not necessarily. That's the good thing about insurance companies. Why? Like for us, I don't have any knowledge or very minimal knowledge about stocks, right? I mean, it's not taught in school, diba? You learn it eventually siguro kung may mga nag-invest ka na kaibigan sa stock market, etc. But ang maganda sa insurance or pag-invest sa life insurance is the agent would just check if you're a high-risk investor or not. And if you are high risk, if qualify ka niya dun sa high risk, ilalagay niya yung investment mo doon sa equity or 100% equity or maybe 80% equity, 20% fund. So kahit wala kang knowledge to stocks, pwede niyang sila na yung bahala doon. Yung insurance company na yung fund managers who are equipped or who are expert in managing the stocks or the bonds or your investment in a whole. So sila na bahala kung saan yun ilalagay, kung ano yung stocks na pwedeng tumaas sa ganito, etc., etc. So ganun siya kaganda.
Okay, from what I get is like, for example, yung mga equity companies are like your Ayalas, your Jollibees, your McDonald's, yung mga kanyan. So if you put your money into them, sila na bahala kung saan nila ilalagay yung pera mo. Sila na bahala kung saan nila invest in which stock market. Yung ano mo na lang is hihintayin mo na lang yung outcome ng pera mo because sila na yung nagmamanage kung saan nila i-invest yun in the stock market. Because you invested through their company, right?
That's right. So, yun yung kagandahan sa kanya. Unlike kung mag-i-invest ka na ikaw lang talaga mismo, pupunta ka lang sa isang online page ng stocks, no? For example, may mga ganun kasi. And you invest your money there. Kailangan kasi sa stock, parang every second, every minute nandyan ka. Kasi biglang magpa-fluctuate yan, biglang bababa yan, etc., etc. So, pwedeng yung pera mo, kung ganyan ka, na ikaw lang, kung wala kang knowledge, most likely, ubos ang pera mo dyan. But if you just let this insurance company, and another thing, yung difference natin, no, dun sa ikaw lang mismo sa stocks or i-invest mo sa insurance company, no, to let them manage your investment. Kung bumagsak man ang pera or ang fund value or ang pera mo sa stock, kunyari nag-zero siya or kunyari 50% ang binawas dun sa investment mo, kunyari 1 million invest mo ngayon, 500,000 na siya or 300,000. So 300,000 na yung pera mo, natalo ka na ng 700,000. Pero kung sa insurance company mo siya in-invest, lahat naman niya yung bagsak dahil gawa ng COVID, no? Pero kung nag-invest ka sa insurance company, bumagsak man yung pera mo, you're still assured of the insurance benefits. So regardless kung bumagsak siya, same death benefit pa rin makukuha ng family mo doon sa nung pagkapirma mo. So yun yung kagandahan sa kanya.
Oh, naintindihan nyo? So, what we're trying to say here is like you have a lot of options when it comes to investing your money. So, again, my life insurance, my health insurance, and then now most insurance companies also offer their stock equity or equity fund.
Yung investment.
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 Equity fund. So yan. So meaning na kung mag-invest ka in this type of insurance, sila na bahala to invest your money in stock market. You don't need to
Monitor
have a
it
problem
every day.
or monitor or have a problem with it kasi insured ka na even regardless of how the stock markets go up or down, your money is still invested because it's insured with the insurance company that you invested your money in. Ganon siya. Okay?
Actually, dahil ganito. So, if you invested, kunyari, for example, let's have a figure, like you invested 60,000 per year, for example. So, a portion of that, in 1 year, meron siyang pumupunta sa investment. For example, 50% goes to investment, 50% goes to insurance. So, the 50%, bumagsak man ng stocks, like ngayon, bagsak talaga ang stocks. So, dama yung pera mo. But the good thing lang, kung nag-invest ka sa insurance company is, bumagsak man yung pera mo, kung ma-critical illness ka, kung pinangako sa'yo ng company na bibigyan ka ng 500,000, makakakuha ka pa rin ng 500,000. Pag namatay ka, bibigyan ka ng 1 million, makakuha ka pa rin ng 1 million. So, kung titignan mo, wala kang talo. Pero kung ang pera mo, 60,000 mo invest mo sa stocks, bumagsak ang stocks, nag-50% pa lang siya, o nag-30,000 lang yung pera mo, the 30,000, wala na yon. Lugi mo na yon. Ayun. So, ang pera mo sa insurance company, wala siya actually guarantee. So, hindi mo sasabihin na, 60,000 ko, 50,000, 30,000 sa investment, 30,000 sa insurance. So, bumagsak man ng stocks, secured ako or insured ako or assured ako doon na ang 30,000 ko nandun. No. So, kung bumagsak ang stocks, bagsak din yung 30,000 mo doon sa investment. But the good thing about insurance is yung insurance mo intact siya. Ayun.
Yes. Ganyan siya. So, again, just be wise with your money. Kung gusto mo sa stock, okay, go. Kung gusto mo lang sa life insurance, okay, go. Kung gusto mo both, then go ahead. Perfect combination yan. Wala ka ring tatalunin. No, really, seriously. Kasi, I guess, meron din naman yung mentality ng Pinoy like, I want instant money or I want instant benefit.
Actually.
Yung ganon. Hindi ganon, no? Like everything else, it will take time. But then, if you really need it in such emergency, may kukunan ka ng pera. Ganyan siya. Ganyan ang insurance. Ganyan ang pagsisave ng money. So yeah, what advice for Filipinos when it comes to, again, life insurance and saving and invest as a financial advisor?
Okay. So, ang lagi kong advice, is get a life insurance policy, at least kahit konti, basta meron. You start now. So don't wait. Kung meron kang invest ngayon, start investing or buying an insurance for yourself right now. And then, kasi hindi forever na healthy ka. Hindi forever na kumpleto yung kamay mo, paa mo. Pwede ka kasi ma-disable, pwede ka mag-critical illness, pwede kang ma-aksidente or whatsoever dyan. And that could lead to not getting a life insurance kasi hindi ka na insurable kung ganyan. So better get, as long as you're healthy, you're earning, get one for yourself now. Nobody knows what the future holds. So, and wala kang lugi sa insurance. If you die, we pay. If you get sick, we pay. If you get disabled, we pay. If you get hospitalized, we pay. If you get into an accident, we pay. And if you retire, we still pay. So, wala kang lugi pag kumuha ka ng life insurance.
Also, if you're someone like old na or in your 50s na, get one for your family members, your sons, your daughters, your apo. Yan, it's actually a nice start. Give it to them. That's actually the biggest and the greatest gift you can give them while you're alive. Kung hindi ka man eligible to get a life insurance, at least get for your son, for your daughters, for your apos, for your grandchildren. Kasi nga, again, this is something that they will be thankful for in the future kasi they have something to get from just in case an emergency happens or something bad happens. So what about if say I'm a business owner? Ano naman ang advice mo when it comes to investing, when it comes to these insurance policies?
Okay. So for business owners, or shall we say na lang sa mga mayayaman, because some think na hindi nila kailangan yung insurance. So actually, lahat talaga kailangan. Mahirap, mayaman. Okay, let's go to mayaman. No? So ang mayaman, if you're that rich, so most likely you have a lot of properties. Right? Mm-hmm. What if, okay, of course, lahat tayo mamamatay. So when you die and you have a lot like 1 million or 100 million worth of properties, for example. So usually, kung hindi pa yan nailipat sa pangalan ng anak mo because sudden yung pagkamatay mo, ang 100 million worth of properties mo, that is, kailangan mo magbayad ng estate tax or kailangan magbayad ng beneficiaries mo, ng anak mo ng estate tax para mailipat sa pangalan nila yung properties mo. Mm-hmm. Estate tax now is about 5% of the total or the value of the assets that you have. Mm-hmm. So 5% of that would just be 5 million, for example. Mm-hmm. So plus may mga lawyers fee ka, etc., etc. But then, depende pa din yun. Kasi kung, okay, may lawyer ka, magbabayad ka. So that would still depend on the amount of property. Diba? So medyo mahal din yung lawyers fee natin. And if your children don't have that money, the pay for the estate tax. So where are they going to get those property? Of course, they will sell one of your properties to cover for the estate tax. Mm-hmm. And you wouldn't want that sana because you bought it for them, diba? Dugot pawis mo ang pinuhunan mo doon and you would want them to enjoy that eventually. But because you don't have life insurance, they have no choice but to sell the property to cover for the taxes. Mm-hmm. But if you had, your properties will be preserved. So ang magbabayad ng estate tax mo would be the life insurance. So yun ang kagandahan sa kanya. So mayaman, mahirap, kailangan talaga natin. Even Manny Pacquiao has a lot of insurance, I think. Kasi parang isa sa endorser eh. Oo, endorser. Actually, one example, magbigay tayo ng concrete example. Si Dolphy. Yeah. Dolphy has a lot of kids and then he has definitely a lot of properties. No? He had a lot of properties. But ang nangyari pala dun sa properties niya is para siyang, in-auction. Parang may ganun eh. May ganun akong narinig na in-auction siya. Kasi nga, hindi enough yung insurance niya para bayaran yung estate tax. So talagang mahal. Mahal talaga yung estate tax. Yeah. Before na 20% pa eh. So imagine if you have 100 million worth, that's 20 million. So where are your children gonna get 20 million?
That's true.
Especially if they haven't graduated pa.
That's true kasi we're also kind of in the same process. Like may kakarampot na property ang nanay ko. So she's trying to transfer it into our names. And so far, 80,000 na yung binayad namin when it comes to processing. Kakarampot lang. It's very small property. It's really a small property.
It's actually and I think it's actually cheaper pagka pinrasas pa ng buhay compared sa patay para may
that's why yung advice ng lawyer is really, it's great na we're doing it now rather than later kasi hindi rin namin siya ma-use. So but it's already costing us a lot and 80,000 is not that cheap for ordinary
right?
family, diba?
That's true.
And just for a small, really, it's a really small property. Pero we already spend that much. So that's right. That's a really good advice kasi nga again, yun ang pamana niya sa amin. And according to her, like kung ano man ang mangyari, hindi ito mapupunta sa iba. Kailangan ito talaga for you. Like it's gonna be under your name and hindi nyo dapat yan you cannot sell it, you cannot give it away. So ganon. So okay, fine. So again, it's also kind of very sentimental value for our parents. So syempre, it would be sad na hindi siya mapupunta sa inyo kung hindi nyo rin na-process in the end.
That's right.
Anything more when it comes to advice?
Ayun, actually additional lang with regard to property accumulation. Dapat, pag bumili ka ng isang property, house and lot man yan, condo, lupa lang, you really have to buy an insurance policy. Why? So a specific insurance would cover for a specific property. In the event na untimely demise. So, yun nga, for example, the property is worth 10 million. So, and then you have an insurance of 1 million or 2 million at least na bibilhin mo. In the event of your untimely demise, pupunta yung 2 million na sum assured or at least makover yung pag-process ng property, ng mga naiwan mo, yung estate tax. So, doon, mapapreserve talaga yung property.
Okay. So just a recap again, like it really boils down to your great interest on where do you want to save your money, where do you want to invest your money. And if you really want to start investing, start with a life insurance. Now, not tomorrow. Not in the next year. Parang, sa next, ano ko na lang yan, sa next New Year's resolution, I will start saving, I will start. No, if there's really a time to do it, it's today or it's now.
Yes, even if you start small.
Yeah.
As even you if said, you start small.
Yeah. As you said, your house help last time was she started 1,000 pesos for her life insurance a month. So if you're an ordinary employee, you can actually do that. 1,000 a month is not that bad.
1,000 a month is like five Starbucks coffees dines, right?
Yes, true. Oh my God, yeah, that's a very good analogy. Yeah, if you're in. Isipin mo na lang ang Starbucks mo, okay, kailangan punta ito sa life insurance ko. Yes.
Yes, I remember, no, na pumasok lang bila sa isip ko. Same with cars. Most people have cars. A lot of people have cars. But the problem is, of course, when you buy a car, you always would buy a car insurance, right?
Yeah.
The problem is, and people usually don't realize this one. Yes. They buy a car insurance, but they don't have a life insurance for themselves. Life insurance is very important, and you have to buy a life insurance bago pa man bumili ka ng car insurance dapat.
That's very ironic. So, yeah.
Nakakatawa kasi na aksidente, wala kang problema, di ba? It's the same Wala kang problema kasi yung kotse mo, may insurance siya, so balik sa bago yan. Pero what if ikaw, na-disable ka, na-aksidente ka, naputulan ka, ganito, ganyan. So, wala na, di ba? Kasi wala kang life insurance, pero yung kotse mo, okay na, buo siya ulit. But hindi ka na buo, hindi ka na makapagtrabaho ng usual or kung ano man dyan. So, paano ka? Kawawa ka. So, dapat talaga, unahin mo yung sarili mo bago pa man yung bahay mo i-insure mo o yung kotse mo i-insure mo.
Yes, that's a very good analogy and a very explanation, sorry, and really ironic na, bumili ka ng kotse, tapos yung kotse mo may insurance, pero ikaw, wala kang life insurance. So, nung ma-aksidente ka man, wala. Thank you. Yung kotse mo, okay, you can have a brand new car, pero ikaw, wala. Kasi wala kang insurance. Sorry ka na lang. So, just be proud na lang ng kotse mo. Okay, may bago akong kotse, pero wala akong paa. Yan. Yan ang gusto mo. Okay, yeah. So I think again it really boils down to our awareness and our being influenced in such a way na I can save pero wag na muna ngayon. I mean it's I think culturally, because again yung marami tayong ang mentality natin is one day millionaire. So yeah, that's it for today. And if you want to talk more to Betsie May when it comes to her life insurance policies, because she really is working for a credible and very reliable insurance company in the world, you can contact her in her Facebook, right?
Yes, Facebook account.
So her Facebook account, just look her up, Betsie May Halili. So yeah, you can find her there. She would be happily to advise you when it comes to if you want to start your life insurance now. And there's a reason why you end up listening to this podcast, because maybe that's the sign that you're gonna start investing and saving your money into one. O, diba?
That's right.
So thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you din, Dines. I had fun.
It has been very helpful to all the Filipinos who are listening to us.
I hope so.
O, diba, bongga?
Thank you.
Salamat.
You're welcome. Thank you din for having me.
Maraming salamat sa pakikinig. You can subscribe or download to this podcast on Spotify, iTunes, and YouTube. Just search for Positively Pinoys. See you next time. Until next chikahan, ingat!